You mentioned that mindset and perspective of thugging it out, and I think, right, especially as a fighter, you even mentioned this word soft a couple times, right? Your perspective has to be so rock hard, just like, I'm not a quitter, I'm not soft,
Yeah.
we'll thug it out. How do you feel like that's shifted even the perspective of what having boys who are able to see you break yet be rebuilt through your faith, and not just have to push through this like mindset of I'm always good all the time and I'm gonna fight my way through it?
That happened the second day. Cause we went to the altar, and then the pastor said, or a guest speaker, and he said something. He said, he goes, so God's telling me there's a couple of you who experienced something right now, and he named it, and I was like, I know he's talking to me, but I'm not gonna go up. I was like, I'm not gonna let my kids see, like know this about me and things like that. And I see Jeremy up there, like, he's talking to you, get up here. And I was like, He's like, come on, get up here. I was like, not gonna happen, brother. Like, I go, look at who's to my left and right. And he's like, that's why you gotta do it.
Yeah, that's real.
And 9 out of 10 times I would disagree with you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, you have your opinion, I have mine, I'm gonna stick to mine. Like, I'm not gonna show something in front of these kids. And I don't know why, but it was almost like you're right. And I went up there and everyone put our heads down and we started praying, and at that time I wanted to feel like a fatherly hug or love. And I got it. I felt like I was being hugged. I felt love. And then I feel like little arms around me. And I look at my arms and it's my kids.
They came up on stage.
They came up on stage while I'm breaking down, I'm crying. And they've never seen this out of me. They've seen nothing but I would say bad example. Right, me fighting in the streets, me in front of them, me being aggressive, me being this solid person that I thought I was. Right, it was like, we're just warriors. This is what we do.
Yeah.
And there were, and I don't know what I explained, but I never felt so loved.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm special. Like, I'm seeing it and I'm feeling it, and I believe it finally. And that, like I said, that whole conference changed me, man.
Yeah.
It changed me. 3 days being here changed me. The third day I came, I didn't want to leave. We had the pop-up thing upstairs too. Like I didn't want to leave here.
Yeah.
Had you said I could spend the night, I probably would have.
Right here.
We might have needed you
like,
to
I'm
just guard the place, you know.
If
Next
you
time.
told me, like, go on that bench, I got a pillow and a blanket, like, I'm in.
That's the presence of God, man. It's like it came through a conference, but you were experiencing the presence of God, and you still do at times. But there's those special moments where God just kind of peels back the curtain, and He's like, you experience Him so much more, and then He calls for a pursuit. You know, He says, I want you to want that again. I want you to desire that. You know, and I think you're on that journey, you know, you're just on that journey of how does this, and the first day I was with you, we were eating lunch.
Oh, man.
And a guy walked up to get his autograph, and then the guy left, and then he pulls back his hand, and there's like, he has a knife, like ready, you know, and I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? He's like, well, he came up fast, you know, and I was just ready. And he goes, but he was a fan, so good thing, you know. So I'm like, dude, you are Peter. You are literally Peter, like with his sword, ready to, you know. But you know, he grew up in the streets, grew up, you know, you know, it's a whole world. So, you know, that salvation process.
And the thing is I don't just do that, you know. Like,
I'm like trying to see
right now.
Watch out. He might.
Let me just keep your hands up here.
He knows. He knew where we're at. I probably didn't know where we're at.
I knew where we're at, you know. And this guy's outfit was he looked banged out.
Yeah.
And through my past and stuff like that, I have issues with certain individuals from some areas.
Sure.
Yeah.
For the most part, everything's washed up and we're good, but there's still certain individuals.
Yeah.
So I see him look at me and pace back and forth. I said, all right, it's gonna happen. And knowing my life
Yeah.
at that time, I said it would happen with like, I'm trying to do good.
Yeah.
Like when we sat down to eat after training, we got the pastor here, and I'm like, he's about to see this side of me and just walk away and never talk to me.
Can we just picture for a moment? He comes up quickly, but just asks for your autograph. But you've already pulled the knife.
He
At
looked,
that point,
and
it's
I saw him pacing back and forth, and he was looking, and he had this look to him. I said, all right, it's already. I took it out already. I had it.
Yeah.
The way I was taught, you just be ready.
Just
That's it.
be ready.
You don't know.
Yeah.
And then he came over. He's like, hey, Brian, and I was like, what's up?
Even the way you said that right there, it's
Yeah.
just,
Oh,
seemed
were
off.
ready.
Hey, Brian.
No, but it's like, what's
Yeah,
up?
yeah.
Well, because he said it right.
Yeah.
And I said, what's up? He's like, oh man, I'm a fan.